Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things.
Good morning, it is Tuesday. It is the 19th of October and it is really autumnal out there today. The leaves have really started to fall. It's still quite warm. Oh, it's just the best time of year. It's not hot, it's fresh, so many colours. Love it. I've just put my boots on because it's boot weather now. I'm about to head out. I've got to pick up a couple of bits in town and get some shopping in. We were just doing a bit of meal planning for the week because it's quite a big week this week. We live in an 11 plus area, which is in the final year of primary school. Our children do a test to determine whether or not they can choose to go to grammar school or not if they wish. Phoebe doesn't particularly want to go to grammar school because they're single sex schools, and she doesn't really want to go to an all girls school, which is fine. That's what she wants. She really wants to go to the same school that Lilia goes to. But we get her 11 plus results on Thursday. So regardless of what school she goes to, that will give everyone a good idea of where she is academically. So we'll probably be going out for dinner on Thursday night as a little treat to say well done for getting through the test and for her efforts, because I know she did her absolute best. Phoebe's class has now got 3 confirmed cases of COVID, and they've rebubbled her class group from the rest of the school, which means she's now going to be missing the school disco for the end of term on Friday, which is the first sort of social school gathering that has been arranged since before the pandemic. She's going to be so upset. So I'm just going to try and come up with some really good things to do over half term and this week to make sure that she's having lots of fun. And hope that her PCR test from yesterday comes back negative, because if it doesn't, she'll be isolating for the week of the half term. Big clunk, I think someone's moving their bins outside. And now I'm going to be making bolognese, because we're going to have, I'm going to make bolognese like in the day so that we can just heat it up, because I'm taking Lilia for another sixth form open evening at a local college tonight after school. And Phoebe's got trampolining, so we're going to be in, out, everyone's going to be eating at different times. So I'm just going to make a couple of pots of bolognese, one vegetarian, one meat, and then everyone can just help themselves whenever they want to. I can hear a tap running now upstairs. Right, onwards. I'm just back from the shops and now I'm going to make the bolognese. I got Phoebe a Jacqueline Wilson magazine. I never buy these. That squeak was the back door. Dan's just coming in. He's just let the chickens out.
Number 3 of the day.
Egg number 3. Yeah, she loves Jacqueline Wilson. I never buy these things, but she's going to need cheering up. So I got her some of those. And I also got some Kit Kats, which we never buy either, but they love them. So I got some Kit Kats for the girls as well. Right, I'm going to unpack this little lot, have a cup of tea and get cooking.
Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Golden, gold rings. Gold rings. Golden.
Okay, here is my little secret tip for the vegetarian one. The other one, the meat one, is bubbling away with the meat in it. And it also has a little bit of streaky bacon in it. Now, because this is vegetarian, it doesn't have streaky bacon.
So instead, I chop up a mushroom, or some mushrooms, really, really small, and put it in with the onions, because that gives a really nice earthy, umami, meaty flavour. And then just as I'm about to add the rest of the ingredients, I give it a little sprinkle, just a little bit, because I don't want it to taste really strong, of smoked paprika. And that kind of gives that, well, to me anyway, it gives that underlying kind of bacony taste right at the bottom of the flavours. Only a little bit. And now, because I'm adding corn, I'm going to add all of the liquid ingredients and a little bit of extra water, because corn really absorbs water. So I'm going to add the tin tomatoes, and I'm going to add the red wine. There are a few key things that make this uniquely my dad's bolognese. One is the wine. There is a lot more wine in this than the original recipe that he's made notes on calls for. So I'm going to let that bubble and cook off. And the other thing is basil, a lot of basil. The notes that and this really is the key to it, the notes that he's written say 3 heaped tablespoons, and it always feels like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Why am I putting that amount in? But it's what gives it the flavour. The red wine, the basil. And my dad always put mushrooms in as well. Now my kids love the flavour of mushrooms, they're not so keen on the texture, so I chop some up really small so they don't like notice them. And I chop some up really big so they still get plenty of the flavour, and they can just pick it out and leave it to one side if they want. Personally, I absolutely love mushrooms. Was that in focus the entire time I was doing that? Didn't look like it was. Oh, I've had to get changed. It's so hot. I've just looked at the weather. It's like 20 degrees or something. What's going on? I've got 2 pots bubbling away. Well, actually, they're finished bubbling. I've just turned them off. So they're all done. So once it's all a bit cooler over there, I'll clean the cooker top, and I'll have a clean kitchen. Dinner will be done, and a clean cooker, which is rather a lovely feeling, which means we can all just eat whenever we want to eat later. And there'll be minimal washing up because I've just done it all. I'm winning. And oh, I managed to dry out my mosaics. I'll show you. Bogey buttons. These aren't for trick-or-treaters, these are for us. Thought that might be fun to eat on Halloween. But look, I put them by the radiator, and the MDF one's dried out really well. It's got a bit of staining on it, but that would be painted anyway. And there's no damage, and all the tiles are intact, so that's brilliant. And then the one that is on a mirror, it has separated a bit. So I'm going to see if Dan could maybe squish them back together, like clamp them back together. But even if he couldn't, where's the other bit? I could just fill it with wood filler and then mosaic over it, couldn't I? All is not lost, so I'm going to keep that and just see if I can do a bit of fixing. The kitchen is now clean and tidy, so I'm feeling quite smug about that. The dinner's all ready. My Strictly vlog is now finished and scheduled, ready to go live at 6 o'clock tonight. Trampolining has been cancelled, so that's quite convenient because it's one less thing to have to worry about for this evening. I can just concentrate on getting Lilia to her sixth form. I'm going to run the Hoover round in a minute because it desperately needs it. Phoebe needs to have another PCR test because the one she did yesterday came back inconclusive. So that's a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to go and talk to Dan about which one of us is going to do that. Just packing my work bag, ready for tomorrow. And I think I've sorted out my camera as well. There was a weird, last night I did a few little experiments because I thought there was a kind of sound in the background, but it turned out I had done something to the sound settings, so it might have been my fault. So I think I've sorted that out now, and it hasn't made that weird sound that it first made when I took it out the box. So fingers crossed, it's the end of all those problems, touch wood. Yeah, it's a really sunny autumnal day. I looked at the weather and it is 20 degrees today, but it's going to be something like 12 degrees tomorrow. It's that's bonkers. Yeah, what am I wittering? I just thought I'd have catch you up on what's going on, basically. Right, I'm going to get the Hoover out, get that all done now, and yeah, that's it. Dan wanted to go and take Phoebe for her PCR test because I've done all the other ones, and I think he just wanted to get out the house for an hour. So he's gone to do that. Lilia's in a after school revision thing, so she won't be home until about, I don't know, just before 4. So I find myself on my own in the house. Well, there are 3 chickens at the door. So I'm going to make a cup of tea. Don't tend to drink caffeine at this point in the afternoon. It's just coming up for 3 o'clock. So I'm going to make a rooibos tea, which is I prefer that to like a decaf or something. So I'm going to make myself a rooibos tea. I'm going to go and put on my new audiobook because I finished Sunny Side Up by Susan Cowman. And I'm going to knit a bit. Exciting. Oh, and I meant to tell you, I had a couple of people ask me what book it was I was reading the other day when I was looking at the facts about nature. This beautiful cover was made for me by my friend Gaynor, whose Tales from Cuckoo Land. Isn't that beautiful? And the book, oh, I don't know if I can get it out very easily. Hold on, I'll turn the camera around. So it's all nice and encased in my linen cover. I won't take it out, but it's called Everyday Nature, and it's by Andy Beer. He works for the National Trust. It is full of beautiful illustrations, and there is a fact for every single day of the year. Now, this is about British wildlife. But it's absolutely brilliant. So I leave it a couple of days and then I sort of catch up on a couple of days worth. But I would highly recommend having this. I'm going to have this for a long time and refer to it for years, I think. And it's always going to look beautiful because of my beautiful cover from my friend.
Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over.
Dan's just texted to say they're at the test centre now, and that Phoebe has said I can do the chicken seed today. So every day they're allowed, we've got this special seed mix, and they're allowed about 20 grams per chicken per day. And so I've worked out a little measuring, I've got a little cup that measures it exactly for the 3 chickens, and I either put it in one bowl for them all and they just share it, or in a couple of bowls or 3 bowls. It doesn't really matter how many bowls I put it in, they usually all end up eating out the same one. So I might put it in 3. I bought these really cool little ones from Amazon and they clip really easily onto their run, or I can just put them on the patio. They can see me sitting by the back door and they've all come running up. They know what time of day it is. So we get you some seed. Look, can you hear them knocking on the window? So we get you some seed. Hi, girls. Let's get you some seed. Cloud. Cloud. Out you go. Outdoors. Okay, so we keep all the food in a galvanised bin because nothing can chew through it. Hello, Cloud. You're going to come and jump up, aren't you? Someone's a bit impatient. So this is my little thing that I use to measure out the seed. Yes, I know. And this is the seed that we give them. Feathers and beaky. No Ron's been there. 1, 2. Hi, Cloud. You're not very patient, are you? You're going to fall off. I've got to deal with this chicken that's now in the box. Underneath the food is their actual food. Now they have this available to them all throughout the day. Chickens won't overeat. So they're layers pellets basically. It looks like this. Oh, you're not being. Can you see that? There we go. That ball is like a ball that you can put food in and they can peck it out, but they don't like it very much. So they tend to eat just that, layers pellets in the morning. And then they have their seed in the afternoon and any little treaty bits and vegetables in the afternoon as well. Hello. Ooh. Right, it's coming up for 6 o'clock now, so some time has passed. I've just got back with Lilia from the sixth form college, which was really successful to visit. It was really interesting to see, and I think it's really helped her to make some decisions about what she wants to do for post-16 education. Watch this space. I'm going to make my dinner because I'm hungry. Nobody else fancies it yet, but because I've already made it, I can just heat myself some up and make some spaghetti. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I think I shall say goodnight, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to having my hot milk and chocolate biscuit a bit later on and getting, hopefully, a very good night's sleep because I'm in work all day tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow, and thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your comments. I read them all, and actually there's been a few questions and I keep meaning to answer them. I've got them written down and I keep meaning to go through and answer them. In fact, where did I write them down? I can't remember where I put it now. So yeah, let me know if you do have any questions. Maybe I could do a bit of a Q&A or something, because I've got quite a few new subscribers, so if there's anything you want to ask me or Dan, let me know and I shall endeavour to answer those questions. Anyway, I'm just wittering now because I'm tired and hungry, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Golden, golden thing.